What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Good rockin' morning. It is your boy FlippinStoop. Hope you guys are rocking this morning off, starting off strong and powerful. Always start your morning strong and powerful, and you will succeed, guys. You've been hearing, like, the past month, I've been talking about success a lot on my channel on eBay, and the reason being is it's a lot more difficult than people think, and it's got nothing to do with what you're going to find to sell and going through the motions on eBay. That's difficult. What's difficult is your mental aspect is what makes it difficult. We humans, we people that resell, make it more difficult than it's got to be. If I could sum up success on eBay in one word is discipline. Why do you here? I'm going to give you a prime example. I was talking the other day about 90%. It's actually more like 95 to 99% of the people are not going to succeed on eBay. Here's the thing is, though, in life, guys, it's everything in life. It's not just eBay. It's 99% of the people are not willing to put in the discipline they have to put in to get to where they want to get in life. That's why most people stay at media or stay like average, if you would say, or even below average. That's why I stay below average all my life until I would say the past couple years, because I decided I was going to be disciplined and I wanted a different outlook for the rest of my life. My first 30 years, not the greatest, guys. My first 35 years, matter of fact, not the greatest life, right? And I chose those. I chose where I went up. So what I really want to focus on this video is getting you guys to understand that it's easy, yet it's not easy. So it's going to sound like it contradicts itself, but the truth is, guys, is who are you, number one, who are you listening to? Who is in your ear telling you you can do this or can't do this? And if they're telling you you can't do this, eliminate them right off the bat. Don't talk to them anymore about it. Eliminate it, because a lot of us are very influenced by what other people think of us. So you may just not even follow through. The other thing is, find a common ground with discipline. I don't care what it is. Like, seriously, take a look at your life right now and be honest with yourself, guys. I know people be like, I'm successful. I got a big house. That don't mean you're successful. My firm belief of being successful on eBay is actually liking doing it when you're doing it, right? That's successful to me on eBay. Not a millionaire and you cannot stand the list, right? That just means you made a lot of money. That don't make you successful in my eyes. But my version of success and yours could be completely different, which it probably is completely different. That's the awesome thing about people. But another thing is, guys, did you actually pick this for the aspect of growing a company? Did you want to get the experience in growing a company? I always thought to myself when I worked for somebody else, for an example, that I was like, man, why can't I be where the boss is? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why can't I do what he do? Why? I'm human too. I got blood pumping through my body. He's no different than me, or she's no different than me. All they're doing, what are they doing different than me? You know, I always wondered that. And the truth is they're disciplined and they believed in themselves and they just started doing something. Most of us don't start reselling on eBay or don't get any further than like a stage, right? Because we fear what's going to come. We fear, if we put everything into the basket, is the bottom of the basket going to break out on us? If we put everything we got into and it fails, how are we going to feel? Who gives a fuck? If you don't put anything into life, how are you going to feel when you're 70, 80 years old, you know, in an old folks home? You're going to feel miserable because you never even tried. So think about it that way. For example, there was a comment that was just made, or a post that was just made. A guy had an account, he had 300 items, and they banned them or restricted. I've never been restricted on eBay, guys. So I don't know how. I get a lot of messages from people saying I got banned, the 113 MC 113 or some shit. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Sounds like a motorcycle gang, if you ask me. But I don't know what it is. But so obviously whatever I'm doing isn't getting me banned. Don't sell products you're not supposed to sell. You know, you can't go and pick up a new product and try to resell it at scale. You can't do that because the company's going to freaking Vero you. You're going to get Veroed on eBay. And I don't know if that's what people are doing, But long story short, to sum it up, the guy said something along the lines of he's got 300 items up and he was banned and he don't want to restart. I commented back, the best thing that's happened for my eBay business that I am currently running now is that my first one failed. And you got 300 items. He had 300 items in the store. I had like a 900, 800 or 900 items in my store. So it was a small store. 800, 900 items is a small store. But the truth is, I thought about that shit for 2 months, and I wish I would have just jumped on it the second I thought about it, right? I even asked my fiance, I said, hey, what do you think, babe? Like, do you think I should restart a new store and just pick a niche? Because I was selling everything. And so what I wish I would have done is just went with what I didn't want to do. Most of us need to just do what we don't want to do. This guy don't want to relist every single item. Dude, just if you can't get out of it, they banned you from eBay and selling on eBay. Start a new account. Do it legit. If you have any questions, ask me. I will answer them to the best of my ability. I'm not a genius on eBay, but I've been going for almost 16 months now, and I've never been banned from eBay. So whatever I'm selling is obviously sellable, right? With pretty decent numbers. So my answer to that question on the group, guys, was I really don't want to start all the way over. Change your perspective. Change your perspective, guys, to this is going to be the best failure that's ever happened. This is why most people don't start reselling. I'm telling you guys right now. They're afraid of the failure. Fucking who gives a shit who sees you fail? People are so worried about what their husband or what their wife's going to think or what their kids are going to think or what the neighbors are going to think that you left your job and resell full time or whatever. Who gives two shits? Look, if you're not failing somewhere, so you had a little failure, right? You got banned off eBay. You can consider that a failure. You can bounce back from that 10 times stronger. Now you know what not to sell. Now you know. It's a hard lesson learned, right? But the truth is I went through little failures every single week, and I still do consistently. I go through little failures every single week. Without failure, there is no growth. So if you ain't failed somewhere in your eBay business, you ain't even trying. You're not even pushing the boundaries whatsoever. You are going to have to take some risks, some chances. For example, maybe it's an item you don't usually sell on your store. You don't know what the sell-through rate is. Also, I'll do research on that, of course. But you just don't know if it's going to sell on your store, and you're going to take a risk. And then you buy 10 of them same items or 100 of them same items, which I don't encourage you to do, unless you really got a lot of capital. Yeah, and none of them sell. Like, so what? So now you learn. It takes money to make money, and you're going to lose some money reselling on eBay. I guarantee it. There's not one reseller that speaks on YouTube. There's not one reseller out there that has never lost a couple dollars. There's no business in the world that's never lost money. You can't have a successful business without failure. You can't do it. So this guy says, I really hate to restart all over again. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. And first of all, I don't like to put people's business out there. If they want to talk to you about that, they can. But my personal opinion, do what you don't want to do. Start over. It sucked, dude. I'm gonna give you a prime example. My business failed last year, Christmas time with COVID. Okay, I sell everything store, right? I sold everything, from electronics to shoes to half-ass clothes to anything I could find at a thrift store and a garage sale that'd make me a $10 profit or more, right? I found it and I listed it, and I'm glad it did fail because I outgrew my storage capacity right now, and I way outgrew where I'm at right now. So anyways, COVID hit, and I'm worried about COVID, and then all of a sudden, freaking Christmas hits. I'm sending my packages out, but they're not going nowhere. They sat at a USPS facility for months, guys. People are messaging me. I'm messaging back. I had poor customer service then. And they just gave me really bad feedback. It put me below seller's level. And then eventually I went to look, you got to do something with your store or it's going to go down. And I thought about it for about 2 months. I put a lot of energy trying to bring that store back up. When if I would apply that same energy, just pick the niche that I'm in now, which is clothes, and go balls to the wall and full-fledged into that, I would have been 2 months ahead of where I'm at today. So don't think on it, just do. Don't think, just do. I'm not telling you don't to just every decision you make in business be irrational about it. Don't do that. Definitely weigh out the options, but don't waste a month thinking about it. Don't do what I did. I wasted 2 months. Should I do this? And then keep working on a store that was failing already. Like, it was almost to the point where it was so low that there was no bringing it back. I tried bringing it back for 2 months. What happens there is now your store is below seller's level, right? Once you're below seller's level, your traffic is like zilch. So you're putting in hard ass work and you're not getting no views. It's almost pointless. It is almost pointless unless you just went under below seller's level, right? Say this is above average right here and you're just below seller's level, right? Then fight to get it back, right? But if it went far down like mine did, there is no get it back because I was listing 20 to 25 items a day of electronics and everything, which was a bitch. And I wasn't getting no traffic. So what I was doing, I was really working for nothing. I was putting a lot of work. I could put that same energy in to picking the niche that I sell now as clothes and just starting all over, and I would probably be at 2,000 to 3,000 items in my store right now instead of 1,500. I'm just at 1,500 items in my store now, and within the next few months, or a couple months, I plan to get it over to 3,000. I plan on growing a couple thousand every couple of months. So, but my suggestion for that is don't even question, just do. This is where people fuck up. They question everything about eBay. I'm not saying don't do your research and read on it. Yes, do that. But the only way you're going to move forward is if you put action in every day. You're going to learn through them little failures. Oh, should I do this? I don't know if I should do it. Do it. If it fails, don't do it again. It's that simple, right? You can't go in with the perspective of if I fail, it's just going to be the end of the world. You're going to fail. People got to start looking at when they go into reselling that you are going to fail in some aspects of reselling. I don't give a shit who you are. Everybody has. There's no successful reseller right now that hasn't failed somewhere in their business. So get that out of your mind that you're not going to. And I don't care how much research you do, you're still going to come across some stumble blocks throughout your life that's going to impact your business, and you're going to fail in a certain aspect. You're going to fail listing a day. You're going to fail purchasing the wrong item. You thought it was something and it isn't nothing. I mean, there's multiple different ways you can fail on eBay, but the truth is you can't worry about it. Matter of fact, you should be trying to reach those failures. Because if you're not reaching them failures, you're not reaching too hard to improve your business. You can't know if you don't try. That's why most people never become great in life, honestly, guys, because people stop. They're worried so much what little Sally down at the end of the bench is thinking, so they don't try. They're worried about what their opinion of you is. Man, fuck their opinion. That's my honest opinion. Fuck anybody's opinion. To be honest with you guys, I say I love you guys all and all that, and I appreciate all the encouragement, and I like people getting involved. But the truth is, none of you guys give two shits whether I succeed or not. It's the truth. If you guys are running a business, you don't got time to be worrying about if I'm going to succeed. If you are running a consistent business where you're trying to build it every single day, you're not going to have time worrying about what the neighbor's thinking about what you're doing. Or worrying about what your cousin's thinking you're doing. Or your friend, or whatever. You're just going to be so busy, in lock, in tune, that you ever hear me say zero out the noise around you? This is what I'm talking about. Get so focused you hear nothing around you. Like it's you down here. Or wherever you're listening. It's you. And you're doing this. And it doesn't matter when anybody else thinks anything. You know what they thought about Steve Jobs when he started Apple in his garage? They thought he was a psycho whack job and it was never going to happen. And now he's one of the most successful companies that's ever existed. Just think about it. Well, and now he's not here no more. But the truth is, just think about that for a minute, guys. How many times have you guys thought, I'd like to start reselling because I really hate my job? That's why most people start reselling, because you don't like what you do for a living anymore. And it's an option these days. You guys, this is an option. No, eBay don't promote me neither. This is me from the bottom of my heart. This is an opportunity you can jump on. And if you put the work in, you put in at your normal shop job, you'll triple your pay. I guarantee it. If you take what it takes, yes, you're going to have, that doesn't go without failure. That doesn't mean you're going to buy 15 wrong jackets to list or whatever. I don't know. But you're going to go through some failure. That doesn't mean, that don't go without failure, okay? But don't let the failures kick you down. When you stumble upon a failure, say, hey, look, this is a learning lesson, and it's going to advance me a little bit further in my business. Instead of losing it and having the worst day of your life and the world's over because you're getting a return. That's part of business. If you're in retail, which reselling is retail, you're going to get a return. I don't give a shit if it's brand new in the box. Somebody's going to decide they don't want it, right? It doesn't matter what the reasoning is. That's part of your business. You accept returns. You accept returns regardless of what the reasoning is. I used to get stumbled upon, oh, I just don't like it. I used to be like, you bought it. That's what I used to think. Now I think, well, if they don't like it, they don't like it. I'll relist it and somebody else will buy it. Don't stumble. Don't get so caught up in the little tiny shit in your business. Your business is a lot bigger than one return. Maybe it's not. Maybe you only got one item and you got one return. But who cares? You're going to have more items, right? Another thing is I used to look at listing 30 items a day. Is like, you got to be a god to be able to list 30 items a day, right? Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, 30 items a day is 3-4 hours, right? Of consistent work. 2 hours if you're fast. I mean, really fast. You got to be moving quick. You got to have no distractions, zeroed in. Nothing can be bothering you to be listing 15 or more items a day. At least clothing, 15 items an hour. But the truth is every one of you guys watching this video can list 10 items an hour. Do you know, that's $100 an hour, $150 an hour at 10 items an hour. As long as each one of your items are making you $10 profit. Now, most of us, every single item we list isn't a $10 profit. I don't care what anybody says. I know other people make videos like this too, and they say, look for $20 to $30. Look, when you're listing 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 to 100 items a day, every one of your items isn't going to be a $40 profit. You know how much money you got to sell something for you to get a $40 profit on? First of all, you got a 13% final value fee from eBay. Well, just all their fees together is 13%. Then you got sales tax, and then you got shipping. I mean, there's a bunch of different, and then you got your cost of the item you got to deduct from that. So if you sell an item for $40, that don't mean you made $40. You know, it means you made more like 27 or something like that, somewhere around that area, but which is good margin to me. If you ask me, if I sell 20 of them a day, ching, I'm doing it, right? That's why you got to look. Stop looking at each item and pricing each item. Fuck that shit, man. Just list as many as you can with quality, right? And try to get your sales up. Build your inventory, your sales will follow. If you build that's my saying from now on. If you build your inventory, your sales will follow. As long as you're listing good items and you're a reasonable price. I guarantee, when I went from 2 months ago, I had I don't even want to say 2 months ago, whatever, somewhere around 2 months. I have 400 items in my store. Now I got 1,500. When I went from 400 to 600, my sales increased. When I went from 600 to 800, my sales increased. When I went from 800 to 1,000, my sales increased. When I went from 1,000 to 1,500, my sales really picked up. My sales really picked up at 1,500 items. I'm not going to lie. I think eBay's starting to get the impression, they're starting to trust me a little bit that I'm going to list every single day and he deserves a little bit more traffic. And they'll do that same exact, I'm nothing special on eBay, guys. I don't got a big store. I'm one of the little guys, right? But if you show eBay, you can get 1,500 items up in a few months. They're going to be like, okay, they're trying, right? They're going to give you the traffic you deserve. eBay, you have to be disciplined on eBay, not only for yourself. eBay wants to see your consistency pattern. If you're not consistent on listing on eBay every single day, I don't care what items, I don't care what you have, right? I mean, maybe if you got gold or the latest iPhone device, I don't know, because then you could list 100 of them Monday and probably sell them all by Tuesday. But the truth is, if you're reselling like me with a lower budget of clothes and things like that, if I list 60 items every single day for 2 weeks, and then miss 3 days, that last 2 weeks of 60 items a day was pointless. It's almost pointless. eBay wants to be able to trust you that you are going to list every day. Once you are trusted and they're giving you, what does Chris call it? Resellers nirvana or whatever Chris calls it. When you're listing 10 items a day and selling 10 items a day. You'll get there. If you list 10 items every single day for a consistent period of time, I'm not talking about a month. It's going to take you a few months and maybe even 6, maybe even a year, right? I'm listing 10 items every day. Eventually you'll sell 10 items every single day. So that's really what eBay does. eBay will give you as many sales as you're listing a day. So if you're listing 300 items a day and you do that consistent for a year or two, you're going to be selling 150 plus items a day. And if you keep doing that for like 5 years or a decade, you're going to be selling 300 items a day. This isn't going to be a thing where you guys list 10 items and you sell 100. You will never sell more in a day than you list. Never. And if you are, it's because you got one listing of an Apple iPhone and you got 500 of them in that one listing. Of course you're going to sell more than the one listing a day. It's an Apple iPhone, right? But if you're reselling like clothes, something one-off brand items or one-off items such as, I don't have 29 of these Merrill jackets. I got one. This is a one-off item because I don't have a big, large supply of them. I have one of them. So that's a one-off. If you're selling one-off items, you're never going to sell more than you list in a day. It's never going to, unless somebody can teach me something new. I've been at it about 16 months now, guys. And I really did research. I've been over 2 years with research and everything. But, never once have I ever sold more items than I listed in a day. And you're not going to neither. Unless you got some magic trick. And I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. Everybody's looking for that tip on eBay that's just going to jump your sales up. You know what the trick is? Discipline to list every day. That's your magic formula. People don't want to hear that. I just told you what it takes, right? And so does everybody else that talks about eBay on YouTube. I just told you but people don't want to do that, so they're not going to do it. And then they're going to blame eBay that they didn't succeed. I just told you. Discipline every day. List every day. Get it in your mind that you're not going to succeed in a month, all right? Get it in your mind that you are not going to win the race in a month. Look, if you're not in this shit for 5 to 10 years, you may as well just not even do it. You're wasting your time. Really. If you're not in it for the long haul on eBay, my opinion is you're wasting your time. Unless you're just doing it for a side hustle. But if you're doing it full time, be in it for the 5 to 10 years. Imagine, look, if you can list 10 items a day for the next 10 years of your life, your paychecks are going to look good. 5 years, 2 years. I started out with 5 items. No, I didn't. I started out with 1 item in a day. And then I went up to 5 items. Then I went up to 10 items. Then I went, the most I've ever listed in a day was like 44 or something like that. That's my goal by the end of the year is to be able to list 40 consecutive items every single day, 7 days a week, right? And I'm not far from that, so I believe I can get that. Of course, my ultimate goal is to list 60 to 70 items a day myself, right? But that's going to take a little while. You got to build up capital. You got to grow slow. I just made a video not long ago that says turtle wins the race. This is what I'm talking about. You got to grow slow. If you're trying to grow too fast in your eBay business, you're going to fall right over on your ass. Your heels are going to come right out from under you, and you're not going to be able to keep up. You got to grow it slow. It's the only way it works, man. All right, I love you guys all. I got to get to work. I hope this video helps some of you guys out. To the gentlemen that don't want to start over, dude, just start over. I'm serious. I had over 900 items, like I said in my store when I started over. And I'm like, well, I'm just pulling out the good clothes. And I ended up relisting a lot of that 900 items, but I picked a niche instead. And I went from there. But listen, man, I don't know how you do it. If you want to get into your old store, and I don't know if you can save every single one of the photos you took. I wouldn't even waste your time there. That's too much nonsense. Just start over and get the process moving. I promise you guys, buddy, in 3 to 4 months, you'll thank me that you did that. And whatever you did to get banned off eBay, I keep hearing these people talking about they're getting banned off eBay. I don't know how they're doing it. They're doing something wrong. You learn whatever you did wrong, of course. Ask eBay where you went wrong, what you did wrong. Most of us know what we did wrong when we do wrong. But there are some things that you might not be aware of, like a product that you can't sell or something like that. You'll get veroed. They'll remove it, and they'll give you like one warning. I've had an item removed. It got veroed. It was some type of purse that company was not having anybody else list that type of shit. You cannot list you can't put Velcro in your title. You'll get veroed. Velcro's not having that shit on eBay neither. So there are some companies that won't have it, but so I sell like mall brand clothes. They're all billionaires. They're not worried about my little ass trying to make a little bit of money on it. That's the way I look at it. Levi's, they're multi-billion. They're not worried about me making 10 grand a month on eBay. They're not worried about it, and they're not worried about you making it. You know, when you're selling smaller, like newer brand clothes that are coming out, it might be a hot trend or something. It's a new pair of pants. And it's a new company, and they're good quality. You jump on their bandwagon and start selling that shit, you're probably going to get veroed. Don't do that. Sell brands that's been around for decades. It's been around for a while. That is not worried about you making 100 grand a year off them. Now you start making millions a month off them, then Nike might knock at your door and say, hey, you're going to have to give us a cut or something, you know. So be smart. Restart your store, dude. And I promise you, man, within a few months, you'll be proud. I look back at it now, like I said, and I thought about it for 2 months. I wish I would have started the day I thought about it. You know, I want to get other people's, because I put a lot of work into a 900 item store that would sell everything. That was a lot of work. I mean, I'm talking radios, guys, boom boxes, TV. I had so much items on eBay that were all over the place. And my sales were picking up. I was $300, $400, $500 a day, right? I'm like, I don't want to give that up, right? But I had no choice, man. I was below seller's level, and my items weren't being seen, and I couldn't get out of it. So just start over. I failed completely, guys. I'm a prime example that shows you just because you fail once, keep going. Don't give up. I'm doing better now than we ever have. Keep going. Don't give up. Stay focused. Be disciplined. List every day. You guys can succeed too on eBay. Have a blessed day.